of George opening up here. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what we came for. Losberg, 851 meters. Now Janine, the other people on the group are starting to get scared of us doing peaks, high heels and stuff. We really should do something.
I take videos, but I don't do anything where we keep it up.
Yeah. You're not going to see much now because it really, I've got to hold it like this. We're doing Losberg, which directly translated, if any foreigner watches this, stands for Loose Mountain. Once this has been completed, then all of the 6 peaks, including the 2 old ones, which have been replaced by 2 new ones, have been done. Now the 6 peaks is something that annually takes place, where people have, I think, about 24 hours. They leave early while it's pitch dark still and have to complete all 6 peaks, like Vensterberg, which stands for Window Mountain. Losberg is an old one that's been replaced, but that's what we're doing now. And then there's Keurberg, there's Craddock Peak, George Peak, Tierkop, Groenkop, and Van Dalen's Peak. Once this is done today, we've completed the old and the new ones. Only we're doing it in separate days, whereas those other people who do the 6 peaks have less than a day to complete. Real trail runners. So you're not going to see much. It's almost pointless in recording this time of the day. There you can at least see, there's Tiens and Janine at least. Yeah, you can see them. They stand out with the colors here. And there you can see some of the sun on Vensterberg. So the next one I think will be when it's a little bit brighter.
My hands are frozen, guys. My hands are frozen.
I'm so glad I dressed up warmly. I decided to bring my jacket, and I've got, for the first time in months, I've got long pants here that I put on. I decided if one gets hot, which you inevitably do once you start sweating a bit, then I'm just going to hide my clothing. I've got shorts under my long pants. I'm just going to hide my long pants and possibly even my jacket. But these are the long pants I wore when I did Craddock Peak, especially bright and early one day to go and see snow which was on it. I don't know if I'll be that brave again in the near future. Winter's upon us, yeah, so we'll see if we get some snow on places like George Peak and Craddock Peak this winter. Well, that tricky time of the day where you've got to hold it. So, okay, here's stream number 2.
You need help, Janine?
It's okay.
Slippery, yeah.
No, it's not too bad. I jumped and it didn't slip.
Slippery. Looks can be deceiving.
Hasn't done it.
Not much water running in this stream here. You can't see it clearly, but if there was rain, you would see 2 awesome waterfalls up there. Let's see if we can zoom in and you might get a better idea. Right at the top there, you would see that's big there, far larger than what it looks like on the camera here. So now we're actually standing in the water that would be. Terence and Janine going up there. Now the next uphill starts until we get to the crest. But check this, this is basically half of the Kurivier, which is years ago since I've been here, but that's still pretty. All these white rocks here. Yeah, like Terence just said, the uphill starts. Yeah, let's do it. And maybe the next one is when we have some sun. First sun of the morning. About to get into a little bit more of it. The sun was on me for a split second there. Time is about 8:30. Not bad going at all. 8:30, and we started at 7:30, and we're almost at the crest, which is pretty much in the middle. And then from the crest to the actual peak, not that peak, that's Vensterberg there. When I say middle, I wouldn't say halfway distance, in other words, but halfway mark between the two passes, Outeniqua Pass and the Montague Pass.
See the sign, there's a sign in my eyes.
So this
Losberg, look out, 1.3 kilometers.
Losberg, look out. We're on the crest, but that doesn't mean, yeah, this year, like I was trying to say, or did I say on the video, that we're effectively doing half of the pass to pass trail today as well. We've just done 2 kilometers starting from there at Sputnik on the Montague Pass, on the Outeniqua Pass, to here, and practically the halfway mark, because if you wanted to go to Montague Pass, which would be 2.4, strangely a bit further towards that side there. And Losberg, like I showed you earlier, is 1.3. Where we're going now, Kurivier, which we did to give you a perspective of where we're standing. Last week, the sun might shine straight into this. I don't want to shift it too much to there. There on the right hand side at the top, that's where we were. Kurivier. That there looks like Kurivier, but it's actually there where it's higher on the right hand side there. Terence and Janine. Nice. Now you get to the top here, and we've got our first views, decent looking views of Craddock Peak, heading towards George Peak, and even a small piece of Kransberg over there. It's easy to forget that one's still got a bit of a uphill heading towards there. It's not all level once you get to this crest here. Ach, wacht, this is a video. Well, may as well, this was supposed to be a photo, but anyway, I'll take a photo now. This is where he's going to stand for his next photo, right in front of that sign. I should actually have recorded that. No, check here. I was telling them that there were hundreds and hundreds of these flowers on the other side of the Montague Pass at a stage. And then I read something about some illness that broke out. That deserves a nice photo perhaps, eh? What a stunning little spot this, full of them. That time of the year, my shade is always a little bit in the way. But this is another part I like. That hard work of going down, up. You finally get to your rock formations, which are actually considerably larger than what they may look like when you're standing on Sputnik at the Outeniqua Pass. But I'm actually surprised that it appears to have been used very few times lately. There is a sort of a trail still, because I wonder when last the Six Peaks took place. I must ask Johan, because it must have been quite a while ago, or else this wouldn't be so overgrown here.
Feet on the dirt path, rough and raw. Hands on the rocks, the only law. Breathe in the air, thin and wild. Eyes on the valley, deep and round. Climbing higher, no end in sight. Shadows grow on, losing the light. Whispers of wind calling our name. The mountain remembers, it's all the same. Never forget the sky's embrace. The valley below, a timeless face. Steps we take, they leave no trace. Only the mountain owns our space. Sweat on the brow, the heart beats loud. Silence above, far from the crowd. Pebbles beneath, crumble and slide. The summit ahead, where dreams collide. The world's so vast, we're so small, yet we hear the mountains call. Time stands still in the heights, under the stars, under the nights. Never forget the sky's embrace. The valley below, a timeless face. Steps we take, they leave no trace. Only the mountain owns all the space.
But there's not many of them. Chilling people at the back here. Quite nice. We're not on there, the middle is Losberg, but at least we've got a wake up little peak here that we're heading to first. Certainly that's where the trail leads to. Nice view of George from here and almost the entire Outeniqua Pass. Check this rock that she's going to record here. I don't know when last I've had a big rock this size that one can swivel, move like this. You hear the drums. Shoshaloza. Quite a nice rhythm, eh? Shoshaloza. Pleasant stimela. When you're up a leg. It really does sound like that Sunday morning rhythm. I love those drums. Nice. Your turn, if you want to have a bit of a dance.
No, I don't want to.
I don't want to. No, actually, I haven't. Zumba, yeah.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Zumba.
You and you. Doom, 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 doom. It sounds just like these.
There's a lot of fast everywhere.
Yeah. Wikkel hom, mevrou.
Ah, Janine, you are too skinny, man. Freaking hell, you barely move.
There you go, you got the rhythm now.
Janine, come on.
Drums.
I to make my tummy wobble.
Like natural drums.
Wobble, wobble, wobble,
That's better.
That's it.
That's much better.
Surfing.
Much better. That's your bones.
Cool. On top of the mountain, yeah. Now, there's the path, but we have to see if we can find it here somewhere. Can you see anything yet, Jens?
Yeah, the path, sort of.
Oh well, we're just gonna have to do some bossarasi then. Last little stretch of uphill and we will be on Losberg, on the top of Losberg, and we will see the view of George opening up here. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what we came for. Losberg, 851 meters. Now, Janine, the other people on the group are starting to get scared of us doing peaks, high heels and stuff. We really should do something simpler, easier. What do you say? Something flatter for the more people to join us, like your Santis maybe, and maybe your Priscilla's, but I think Priscilla.
I'll be there.
And maybe one or two others, maybe a new person or two.
I'll be there.
No. Okay, let's do. I'll do a 360 just after this. I've got a separate clip. High five, Janine. Looking at me like that.
That normally means be careful.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
There's danger.
Sharp down here. Ugh. Trying to play catch up here. As you can gather, heading back And when we were standing there on Losberg, it's noticeable again that it's actually exactly the same height as the starting point. That's why I said to them, Losberg involves down and up. So as you've made your way up, you feel like you're higher until you look down, you look towards your parking spot and you notice you're back at the same height actually. You're no higher than where you were before sunrise. Sharply down again, several downs and ups. This is my favorite part with these rocks here. This is the part that does why I was willing to come and do it again today, because of these rocks here at least. Say goodbye to those stunning rocks there, and we've been heading down for quite a bit now, but the sharpest down is yet to come. Now the reason I started recording again now is because we're entering this stunning section with these flowers. I mean, that is like, in Afrikaans they call that sprokiesland. Ja, Janine? What is sprokiesland in English?
Fairyland.
Yeah, fairyland. This is like fairyland. Looking at that, with that in the background there. Getting very close to Sputnik, which was our starting point. And yeah, now Janine can say she's done all of the peaks, including the 2 old and 2 new, all of the 6 peaks. We went up there, or steeply down up there, over the first little peak there, and then onto the main one where we looked down onto George. And on much of this trail you could see so many other fabulous parts. Kierberg in the dead center, Craddock Peak, Losberg, Vensterberg coming up here. So I especially joined Janine since she wanted to do it today, with the greatest of pleasure. It's been a couple of years since I've done it. Thanks for joining if you've watched this. I do this at the end every time. If you like it, I'm glad. That's my style. You can leave us a comment if you like. And if you do, then maybe your friend of your friend of your friend might stumble upon this and join as well, because of algorithms. And if you click on the like button there, maybe your friend of your friend will stumble upon this due to algorithms. However, if nobody ends up clicking on anything or leaving any comment, I will be able to have a look at this again and show my friends, maybe when the time is right one day, give them an example of what it's like in 2 years time, 5 years time, 10 years time, or whatever. But it's better than being at home today, man, doing something. Janine inspired me. If she didn't, maybe I would have been at home doing nothing. But anyway, thanks for joining, and see you in the forest, probably at Jubilee Creek area. Quite possibly. That's something completely different, not peaks. It's more forest, but also some rock formations, and possibly even those little gold mines, I think, might be in it too next week. See you soon.